a different crowd. It's awesome.
Did you find it? Oh, nothing but love.
Good morning. Good morning, friends. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning. They will be... Can you guys hear me okay? Excellent. So our musicians will be introduced in just a moment, but before I introduce them, I'm just going to cut them loose on you, all right? I have a request, two things. I want you to know it's going to be loud in here today. And two, do not be gentle with these guys. Okay? Show them what San Jose is really like. Deal? All right, show them what San Jose is like.
While the others stay. One day we were strangers, looking like anyone. We talked to the morning sun. Don't you wanna meet again? Oh, 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 this feels like it should. It's feeling so good. Yeah, we're like a stark opposite tethered. I'm stuck in the ground, but you won't stay down. Yeah, we're like a stone weight with two feathers. Stone weight, stone weight, stone weight, stone weight. In the shade of a city, in the dark of a world, I'm the doubt, you're the think we could. I can hear, but you can't listen to the words, you get sad. I blink, I can make you laugh. Don't you wanna meet again? Oh, 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 this feels like it should. It's feeling so good. Yeah, we're like a stark opposite tethered. I'm stuck in the ground, but you won't stay down. Yeah, we're like a stone weight with two feathers. Stone weight, stone weight, stone weight, stone weight. It's feeling so good. Yeah, we're like a stark opposite tether. I'm stuck in the ground, but you won't stay down. Yeah, we're like a stone weight with two feathers. Stone weight, stone weight, stone weight, stone weight with two feathers. Thank you. Why not? Okay. My biggest fear is I let people down, and then maybe they'll think less of me. Especially you, you're the jewel in my crown, and I don't wanna mess this up. Am I a good enough lover, a good enough friend, good enough for giving you what you need? Will someone else come along with a much better song and a smile that you wanna trust? You say whatever, you say who cares, you say baby there's no there. You say I can, you say I'm gonna, I can do anything I wanna. Nothing but love even when you can't see it. Nothing but love even when you can't see it. Nothing but love even when you can't see it. She says look at me, just look at me. Nothing but love even when you can't see it. Nothing but love even when you can't see it. Nothing but love even when you can't see it. She says look at me, just look at me now. My life was a stoplight, didn't know it turned green. You still didn't honk at me. You waved and I waved and we went on our way, and I knew you were just my type. And now we're under the gun in another recession. Are we gonna be alright? You say we can, you say we're gonna. Now we can do anything we wanna. Nothing but love even when you can't see it. Nothing but love even when you can't see it. Nothing but love even when you can't see it. She says look at me, just look at me. Nothing but love even when you can't see it. Nothing but love even when you can't see it. Nothing but love even when you can't see it. She says look at me, just look at me now. I was down, but I will get back up. Yes, I'm feeling your love. I was down, but I will get back up. Yes, I'm feeling nothing but love. Nothing but love. Nothing but love. Feel like singing just a little bit? Just like this. I was down, but I will get back up. Yes, I'm feeling your love. I was down, but I will get back up. Yes, I'm feeling your love. I was down, but I will get back up. Yes, I'm feeling your love. I was down, but I will get back. Yes, I'm feeling your love. Thank you. Thank you.
That's so awesome. Good morning, everybody. Hi, my name is Susan Overland, and I'm your assistant minister. For those of you I haven't met yet, welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living, where we are transforming lives, building dreams, and revealing love. And where all that we ask is that you stay open to the possibility of changing your life simply by changing your mind. Welcome home. We're really, really glad you're with us today. If it is your first time visiting us, an extra special welcome. Thank you for spending your Sunday with us. If there's any way we can serve you, please do not hesitate to ask. If you're, again, here for the first time, you can go to the concierge in Fellowship Hall after service and pick up a welcome packet and maybe grab a cup of coffee and meet a new friend. If you're joining us live stream, hi everybody. Welcome to our live streamers. We're really glad you're with us as well. We have an awesome Sunday planned for you, as you have already heard. So we're really delighted to have Brendan, James, and Matt will tell you more about that. And did I forget anything? No? I think we're good. Then this is the part where we love to be in community with one another, so please turn and say hi to somebody sitting near you. And turn off your cell phones, please.
Here. Hey, Craig. Get all ratty.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Good morning, my friends. So I'm not going to let the energy settle too slow. So I'm going to stand here with Lynn and keep prodding her. Lynn is going to give us an opening spiritual mind treatment, and then we'll go straight into the affirmation together, our usual affirmation, and then Matt will introduce our musical guests. Does that work for you? Yes. So my apologies. We're going to skip over the 2 minutes of silence just for today. We'll make it 4 minutes next week.
Okay. My name is Lynn Zuckerman, and I'm your practitioner of the day. Let's take a breath and go within. And feel that connection. And know each morning when I wake up, I open my eyes to the presence of God, to Spirit flowing through me, guiding me, directing me. There is truly only one presence, one God. All the love and beauty and joy in the universe, all our power comes from this one wonderful, loving, kind source. And I know this is true for me as well as for everyone here in the sanctuary or listening and watching online. God is always there to support and love us, direct us to be our best, the best person we can be, the strongest, the bravest, for all of our gifts to be exposed and open to all our greatness. And I let this go with gratitude, knowing that we are all so happy to know our connection, to know our possibilities, to live in the light at all times. And I let this go, knowing that this is so, and so it is. Will you join me, please, in the affirmation? The freedom of God is my freedom, and I now cease calling on limitation and give my earnest attention to the particular abundance I desire. The abundance of God fills my good desire right now.
Before I have Matt introduce our guest today, I wanted just to let you know that our 5-minute insight speaker today didn't show up, and he was a fantastic lineup, but this was God's doing, because it gives us a chance to have another song inserted into the service. Did you guys see that source energy is at play? One of my favorite songs that this trio sings is called The Skeptic, but I'm going to ask you to buy the CD so you can hear The Skeptic offline. But instead, would you be willing, you sang that one last night about how you know everything, and Matt, what were you saying? He knows like 30 numbers past pi?
Yeah. You mean I know what song? I know
Yeah.
what song you're talking about.
Would you do that one?
Okay.
And then follow that one with the one that we were lined up to do?
David,
Are you guys okay if we invent this as we go along? But before you do that,
there'll be no room for you, David.
I want him to tell them who you are.
Sorry. Okay.
David, am I good here? David, there'll be no room for you today. I'm sorry.
I'm all right.
Yeah. Hey, good morning, everybody. Yeah, right on. I'm Matt Linstead, and I'm a member of this congregation, and this is a really awesome day. So, like 5 years ago, I'll be real brief here. 6 years ago, my best friend was getting married, and the photographer said, "Please tell me something odd about your friend." And I said, "I don't know anything really odd about him." I said, "Oh, wait. He's memorized like 35 digits of pi, 3, 1, blah, blah, blah." And so the photographer put together a wedding CD, and Brendan James was on the CD, this one of his songs. And I fell in love with him. And I said to myself at that moment, after buying the music, someday that guy is going to have a party, and I'm going to have a party, and he's going to sing at my house. And last night, he was at my house. Heck yeah. And we had a party in my driveway, and 100 of y'all showed up, and it was great, and my neighbors loved it, and the cops didn't show up. And know that Brendan and these guys have been on tour for like 40 cities in this summer, and they were in LA on Wednesday and San Diego on Friday and Palm Springs yesterday morning, and they got in the van and drove to my house and showed up at 6 o'clock, and they undid all their stuff, and they did a sound check, and they had some food, and they put on a rockin' show. And then they got up this morning, they're here with us today. And then tonight, yes, thank you. Yeah, it's great.
You're welcome.
And tonight they're going to be in San Francisco at a club there, and then they go to Portland and they wrap up their tour. And we are the chapel in San Francisco, and it's an awesome, really cool place. So road trip. Anyway, so I'm sorry that the Insight speaker is not here today. I've actually locked him up in the closet in the back, so we'd have more time for Brendan and the boys here. So I'm going to get off. Enjoy Brendan James.
Smarter than your average Jonathan or Joe. I could fill 100 suitcases with everything I know, but I am stupid for your love. Aurora Borealis makes perfect sense to me. It's like particles and magnets I'm smart enough to see, but I am stupid for your love. I still remember 30 numbers after 3.14 pi. Don't ask me why. And with the Rubik's Cube I'll make a fool of anyone who tries to beat my time. But I am stupid for your love. I know I am so stupid for your love. Now I love to read the classics, they're not too long for me. I read them in one sitting like I did with War and Peace, but I am stupid for your love. And I got a lot of street smarts from years of looking out. I've seen the biggest cities and I know what they're about, but I am stupid for that love. I still remember 30 numbers after 3.14 pi. Don't ask me why. And with the Rubik's Cube I'll make a fool of anyone who tries to beat my time. But I am stupid for your love. I know I am so stupid for your love. For your love, I know I am so stupid for your love. You can call me stupid just this once. If you do, know it's for your love. Thank you. Thank you very much. All right, let's change the scenery here, I guess, a little bit. I'll play one more for you. Kind of feel like I'm at a show right now. Playing 2 songs back to back here. Yeah, in church. I like it. I love this place, by the way. Let me just say that. I love it. I grew up in New Hampshire, very far from here. And this song is just about a promise to myself to never stop moving. Well, that comes with a caveat. Never stop moving, but also take time to go home, too, and be with my family and my friends, and then go out again. But always remember where I came from, and I think there's importance to that fact. So this is a song called All I Can See. wanna walk through this doorway. I wanna open my mind. I wanna pledge my allegiance to all I can find. I want a car that will crash through the barrier to a road no one knows. I want to feel less control, more abandoned. I want to land far from home. The revolution of the earth around the sun, it's a perfect lesson of how it should be. So if I cannot learn to journey and return, to never rest till I've seen all I can see. I want to learn a completely new language, one I don't understand. I want to help someone lost, someone helpless, with the strength of my hands. I want to come to the base of a statue built before they counted the years. And there I'll fall with my face in my hands and cry and feel their hope in my tears. Revolution of the earth around the sun, it's a perfect lesson of how it should be. So if I cannot learn to journey and return, to never rest till I've seen all I can see. I know I will stumble, but time is precious, my friend. Those who journey can easily understand. The more they see, the more they'll learn, the more that they will be. This I swear to you, and this I swear to me. I'll never rest till I've seen all I can see. No, I'll never rest till I've seen all I can see. I wanna know where the strength of a person lies, in their past or their future. Is it in the way that they hurt or they love themselves, or is it all an illusion? I wanna crawl from this skin that I'm painted in. Body, please let it give. I wanna find the creator of all good things, ask what it means to live.
It's good to have these guys in the house, isn't it? Yeah. I'm really moved. I'm really moved by I'm stupid for your love. Because I don't know if it's like when I think about God, am I stupid for your love? Or I'm thinking about you, all of you, am I stupid? I think about Mauricio, I'm stupid for your love. And you guys, I'm stupid for your love. And aren't they fun to watch? Yeah, Mal and I were talking on the way home last night. Brendan and his lyrics are just mesmerizing. It's like it could kind of be creepy how much we stare at you while you sing. But he's smart enough to place these two guys there too, to draw our attention elsewhere. Mal was saying that Eric is like a freak of nature. He's just so beautiful. You just want to stare at him too. He is, isn't he? I know. Yeah, there's a lot of girls here who are, and guys too, who are. I saw your cameras coming up. And Craig on the piano. If I want to meditate, I just want to watch Craig on that piano. It's called drums. I'm stupid. For your love. I'm not sure the way he chews his gums or his shoulders come up, or and I'm watching thinking, he is so full of life. It's like, I want that. Thank you. And they're nice guys too. So in this spiritual community wherein we are very clear that we exist to explore spiritual solutions to human problems. And we're very clear that we are as a group interested in a spiritual life, not so much a religious life. That we have come to a place such as this so that we might be in community and we might establish relationships and connections with one another, wherein no one can hide, but wherein everyone is honored and noticed and valued. And that everyone has a role, extrovert, introvert, alike. And I know that many years ago when I found myself in a place like this, it was the first one was in Huntington Beach, California, in Southern California. And that particular center, at that particular time, my focus was me. Like, I wanted, well, not much has changed. Except back then I didn't know. Now I know. But, it was like me. What am I going to, I wanted my style. I wanted more money, a better job, more loving, Back then the promise was almost have it and grab it, Change your thinking, change your life was a fantastic concept because I was living in a world wherein most of us felt victimized by the world and powerless to make an impact or powerless to make a change. It's as if we didn't have a choice. We were born into a particular way of being, and that was the way of being that you would be into until you died or were saved. And what I've watched is we've matured, and I've matured, and the community that's around me is so much more mature than the one I had around me back then. What I've noticed is that we're really interested in building a world that works for everyone. Thank you, because Michelle's not here. Someone had to take the role. Was that you, Mary Jo? Oh, good to see you, Nancy. Yeah, this is the interacting portion of today's service. So community is profound and extraordinary. And I'm wondering, what is community? Or what is a spiritual community? Or what is a group of people at work? Or what is a group of, let's say, your family? What constitutes a group? And for me, the definition that I've become very comfortable with is a group of people is a group who have come together with a similar belief and value system. Now, people at work typically have a similar belief and value system, whether you like it or not. Families typically have a similar belief and value system. Social groups, religious groups, you have shared values and beliefs. And what I've learned about groups is that we need groups for our survival. See, the survival of our species is dependent upon our being able to rely upon one another. I'm not able to hunt for my food and grow all my food and weave my own clothing and build my own houses. I'm reliant upon others. And others are reliant upon me too. But I notice that I only rely on others when I trust them, and they only rely upon me when they trust me. Even the product, by the way, I don't necessarily have to know the person who built that chair, but I trust it such that I just go sit down in a chair. I don't have to turn it over and prod it and see if it's really going to support me. I have innate trust. I just sit and take it because, that's me. Sit and take it. I accept trust because trust has been established and it's been experienced and it's not in question. So in addition to Craig and Eric and Brendan, Simon Sinek has been taking up a lot of my time in my head. Simon Sinek. I'm really moved by Simon Sinek and his videos on TED and on, is it pronounced Vimeo? Vimeo? I'm really moved by him. And there was a video I saw the last couple weeks ago, and I want to recreate some of what I learned from Simon. And I'm not going to pretend that anything I have to say today is my own. As I was telling First Service, which is something you already know, I've never had an original thought in my life. Oh, you don't have to feel bad about it. It is what it is. And I've made peace with it. I don't have any original thoughts. But I'm an extraordinary student. I'm a really good student. And I pay attention to what touches and moves and stirs and inspires me. And I reproduce it when possible to the best of my ability so that it might be helpful to people who are around me. But I don't pretend that they're my ideas. So I was watching Simon Sinek this week, and he was talking about this very thing. He was talking about community. And if we really want to experience a world that works for everyone, what we need is we need trust, and we need to be trustworthy. What we need is we need to be authentic about who we are and what we are and how we move in the world. And lastly, and most importantly probably, we need to be generous. So in order for us to be trustworthy, mostly it's because we are familiar with the people or the product or the environment. Trust. We develop trust. And trust is not something we can learn. Trust is not something, by the way, you can earn or you can do. Like fulfilling all your tasks at work doesn't make you trustworthy. That makes you reliable. But trust is a feeling, an actual, a sentient experience that people have. For example, how many of you here were born in San Jose? Keep your hands up, please. Excellent. Quite a few of you. Those of you with your hands up, are you friends with everybody in San Jose? Probably not. Some of you have this fantasy, which is just a fantasy. You're not. But if you were in New York City on the L train or on the subway, if you were in New York City and you heard a California Western kind of accent, if you heard that, you might go, "Where are you from?" And they'd say San Jose. You go, "I'm from San Jose." And all of a sudden the two of you are best friends, right? But let's say you're on a subway now let's say you're on the tube in London. And while you're on the tube in London, you hear an American accent. And you say, "Hey, where are you from?" And they say, "I'm from New York." And you say, "I'm from San Jose." And all of a sudden the two of you are best friends. Do you guys know this phenomenon? It's real. And it's measurable. And it does exist. And from what I understand from Simon Sinek, it exists because when we're surrounded by folks that do not believe what you believe, you look to the familiar because you share common beliefs and a common set of values that you could trust. That's why I've noticed in my life, whenever I hear like a Mexican accent, I think very soon that person's coming to dinner at my house. But I used to think it was because Mauricio was, no, it's because I already know what they're about. So I invite them. Sometimes I have to sneak them in and go, "Shh, just sit down. He won't notice you're here." I wish that's funny, but that's true. Because when we hear the accent of San Jose or New York, or if we're in London and we hear an American accent, we suddenly sense a familiarity, and we immediately intuit that they have a little bit of our background. They probably were raised a little bit like us. They probably know something about us, and we're likely to trust them. So if you are in London and you strike up a conversation with somebody on the tube that's from New York, let's say, and they say, "Oh my God, you got to check out this, you got to go to this restaurant. It's on Charing Cross Road." You will go there because you immediately trust this person. But if you were to be on the tube and a native Londoner says to you, just looks at you, "Hi, where are you from?" "I'm from San Jose." "You got to go to this restaurant on Charing Cross Road." You're going to go, "Crackpot." Right? It's like, let's say you're here in Silicon Valley and you've been studying, you want to get this amazing flat screen TV that you're going to have Matt's company, Silicon Valley installation company mount on your wall. And you know exactly what you've done, all the research, and you want the LG because the LG fulfills all your needs. And then you go to dinner at your friend's house, and your friend happens to be one of those techno files, and you say, I'm going to buy this TV, I'm going to get the LG 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and they're going, oh, no, that's a good TV, but you really want the Sony. And in that moment, you just bought yourself a Sony, or all of your research has gone down the drain and you're going to go home and start all over again. Why? Because you trust your friends. All the marketing stuff is baloney. We pay attention to the people that we trust. That's why it's very important. It's hugely, it's indispensable that you be people of your word. That you be authentic. Because people trust you. You know, I for a long time pretended that ministry required a sense of perfection and holiness that I thought that I had attained, that I now realize is completely impossible to ever reach. But what's really required of ministry, and what I believe that I want to leave with you to consider for yourself, what may be required for your own life too, is that you be authentically present and as kind as you can be at any moment, and as generous and as present with folks as you can be, and when you're not. When you have the temper tantrum or the outbursts, or when you behave in a way that is not in alignment or consistency with your promise, that you immediately clean it up, make amends, and then make new promises and keep them. Messing up isn't necessarily the reason to just give up entirely and be a jerk the rest of your life, because it's never going to happen for you. I believe that messing up is what happens on a daily occurrence as we forget who we are and we drop down into the lower levels of the world as the world is. I don't think we have to be holy all the time, because nobody will believe you if you pretend that you are. But when you act like a jerk, and I don't know anybody who doesn't, when you do, and the moment you become aware of it, clean it up. You go, wow, Connie, that's not in alignment with the way I want to be. I'm really sorry. I completely let myself go, and I'm very sorry. Can you forgive me? Is there anything I can do to make amends? And Connie's going, yeah, you can wash my car and take me to lunch. I'm like, all right, that's penance. I'm Catholic. I can do that. So, when we trust people, we rely on them. And by the way, we rely on one another. You know, if Doug and Jean were going to go outside and face a saber-toothed tiger on their own, it might actually be saber-toothed tiger 2, Doug and Jean 0. But if all of us were going outside with Doug and Jean, PETA would be mad at us. Some of you got that. Some of you don't even know what I'm talking about. You just want me to stop talking so they can sing. Yeah, that was authentic. I totally got it. Okay, so I'm going to wrap this up now. But before I do, I'm talking about being authentic. See, if Doug and Jean are facing a saber-toothed tiger, they should not be facing it alone. In this room is the wisdom to manage a saber-toothed tiger. In this room right now, because the thing itself is in this room right now, is the cure for Ebola. Who will articulate it? And in this room is a solution to homelessness. And it's not anything anyone of us has ever thought about. But it exists in this room. Who will articulate it? And the one who has built up a reputation of being trustworthy is the one who will be noticed and supported and listened to. And the one upon whom we lean. I want to be that for you, and I want you to be that for me too. And while we're building a world that works for everyone, we must be authentic. Authentic. So here's what authenticity looks like for me. It's one of the reasons why marketing is making me crazier and crazier. Like marketing campaigns is just crazy. Like they call you and say, tell us how you want us to perform. How is it you want us to talk to you? What kind of company do you want us to build? What colors do you want us to paint our walls? Well, that would be like a friend saying, like Susan coming in and saying, would you like me more if I wore this or that? Well, that's not a bad example. That's a bad example because I would actually answer that way. No, but if it's, would you like me more if I wore red or blue? Or how is it you want me to speak? Or how fast do you want me to talk? Or slow do you want me to talk so that you'll like me more? You're likely to go, that's crazy. Just be yourself. I love you. Just be yourself. But marketing wants to build a company based upon what we think we want the company to be. That's inauthentic because I'm going to support a company that is whatever the company says they stand for. That means their beliefs and their values and the things that matter to them, the things that are important. So if you are clear on what matters to you and what has importance and you behave from that place, you might actually lose people in your life who are not turned on by it, but you're going to attract so many more who are present for you because of the way that you are. Be authentic. It's really powerful. And the last one is to be generous. Be generous. So back in 1987, when I stumbled into that first church, it was me. You know, like, what can I get? How can I get? And this is why self-help is beginning to make us a little crazy too, because self-help is all about me. How can I get a better relationship? How can you talk to me better? How could you treat me better? How could you give me more attention? All that stuff that I'm interested in every day I know, but I forget. Me. Well, you know what me looks like? It looks like an illustration that Simon Sinek described when he was on a plane recently. True story according to Simon. He got on a plane and he was walking down the aisle of the plane between the seats, and he sees up ahead his row, and he has the window seat, but there's already a woman in the aisle seat in his row. And, you know, he's looking to see if she's going to make eye contact, but she doesn't. She's just looking down like this. And, you know, some people do that. They're like, don't make eye contact. They'll never come sit next to me. Or you make eye contact going, oh, I hope you sit next to me. However, which way you want it. I know you. I've been in counseling with you. And this Simon walks down the aisle, and now common courtesy, as we all know it, is that when you're looking down and you see someone's shoes in your line of sight, you look up. Common courtesy. And then you see them looking at the seat and looking at you and at the seat, and you say, oh, is this your seat? Or you say, hi, that's my seat, would you let me in? But this woman just kept ignoring, and Simon said he picked up his bag and he put it in the overhead bin and he had to go, excuse me, that's my seat. And Simon said she went like this. As if she was surprised that someone was going to sit in the seat. As if it had never occurred to her that someone was going to sit there. And he said she didn't even stand up. She just sort of turned her way sideways so he could stumble over. And he thought, in that moment, I hate that woman. And then he thought, I know what kind of fight this is going to be. This is going to be earbuds and I'm going to be hammering away on my own little notes and just ignore her. But he said that unless he has to go to the bathroom, then when he gets nervous, he has to pee a lot. So he thinks, oh my God, I better not drink because I'm going to be like bothering her and going back and forth. And he says, even talking about this now, I have to pee. And we say that in church, by the way. We don't say poop, but we say pee. Except when we do. So the flight attendant comes by, and she's got a little cart, and it's one of those flights that they're actually serving a meal, and the flight attendant says to Simon, would you like the cereal or the omelet? He says, I will have the cereal, please. And then the flight attendant says to Simon's aisle mate, would you like the cereal or the omelet? And she says, I'll have the cereal too. Flight attendant says, 2 cereals, got it. And she looks in her cart, and then she looks up and says, I'm sorry, I only have 1 cereal. At which time the woman says, I'll take the cereal. And Simon says, I hated her. Now Simon tells us that what would have happened is the woman would have gotten the cereal no matter what. because Simon would have said, you take the cereal. Or she could have said, do you mind if I have the cereal? I'm a vegan and I don't eat eggs. Or she could have said, wow, you take the cereal. At which Simon would have said, no, you take the cereal. And she would have got the cereal. No matter what, she was going to get the cereal, right? But the point is, she was so entitled. I'll take the cereal. And that attitude is the problem that's creating so many other problems in our world today. There's no sense of collaboration, no alliance, no partnership, no generosity, no kindness. That doesn't inspire us into being the best that we can be. In fact, Simon said, in that moment, I started writing my next article. And I was writing an article about how selfish people could be. And I turned the computer so she could actually read the screen as I typed. And I was going, yes, salt and pepper hair, tie a little skirt. He said, I wasn't inspired into generosity either. And then he said, at the end, I got out and I didn't know what to do anymore. He said, because we're rarely faced with such selfish behavior. He said, I didn't know what to do. Do I take down her bag? Because he said, if I don't take it down, that's suddenly me being like against my own principles. I always take bags down for people. But if I took it down, it would be to say like, I'm better than you. You're a bitch. But you're a biatch person and I'm better than you, but he said he didn't even know his world. He didn't know what to do. What do you do with that? And as I was watching this video, I was thinking, I know what to do with that. I need to not be that person in that aisle seat. I need to not be that person. I need to be generous, and generous with my attention. This is very easy. You can be generous with your attention starting today, by the way. Stop treating your baristas like they're vending machines. Make eye contact. Call them by name. They're people. And they have a name. They're not there just to take your order while you're on the phone. Put your phone down and have a real interaction with a human being. And you will have extended such generosity beyond what you even know. And it's so easy, friends. It's easy for us to forget to make that contact. But our survival depends upon it. See? You're not just a customer to that barista. You're part of her tribe if she begins to trust you. She begins to feel trust with you. And that's one of the reasons why I like listening to these guys, because their music totally inspires me into a world that works for everyone. And it's time for me to stop talking so we can hear more of their music. Agreed? Yeah, good. Well, don't be half-assed about it. Exactly. And so it is. So he can get on and they can get on with their music. I'm going to ask the ushers to come forward and help us with the sharing of our gifts and tithes and offerings. And I want to invite you to join me with a different intention today, and that is that we're not just automatically giving or not giving based upon our practice, but we're actually taking on making a statement to the world. I'm asking you to join me in saying the giving affirmation together as an intention for not only your life, let that be your intention for the people with whom you will come in contact this week. Your baristas, the people sharing the lane with you on 880, helping these guys get their stuff in the van on their way back to Portland, Oregon or San Francisco this afternoon. Whatever it is you're doing. Will you guys help me with that by making this intention? Then please say the giving affirmation with me. I deserve to be happy, prosperous, and well. Everyone deserves to be happy, prosperous, and well. I attract opulence because I am attuned to the abundant nature of the living universe. So this next song comes from Brandon's album called by the same name. Is that correct? Yes. Should we do that one? Let's do that one. Because it's probably currently my favorite song in the whole world. It's the one that I sing out loud, really, really loud when no one's listening, and I don't care that I'm not hitting it on key. Because it's a message I think this message could be the theme of Center for Spiritual Living San Jose. Let's see what you think.
many visionaries, too many blind luminaries, too many castaways out begging to be saved. There's too many money chasers ganging up on Mother Nature, creature comforting our paradise away. Oh, but who am I to say? I've just been born today in a cabin to myself out in the redwoods. My words straight to God, or what I think is God. I know another way out if we all could stop for a minute, wipe the progress from our eyes, and stare at the setting sun that holds us here alive, and dream like we've never dreamed for less, not more this time. You are my ally, you can that buy it now and never dream. There's too many corporations, too many television stations, too many restaurants not serving what we need. Ah, but who am I to say? I've just been born today in a cabin with myself out in the redwoods. If I was straight to God, or what I think is God, I know another way out if we all could stop for a minute, wipe the progress from our eyes, and stare at the setting sun that holds us here alive, and dream like we've never dreamed for less, not more this time. You are my allies, you can, so can I, simplify. I've just been born today in a cabin to myself in the redwoods. With my words straight to God, or what I think is God, I know another way out if we all could. Oh, I like the clapping, guys. Stop for a minute, wipe the progress from our eyes, and stare at the setting sun that holds us here alive, and dream like we've never dreamed for less, not more this time. You are my allies, if you can, so can I, simplify.
Thank you, gentlemen. That's awesome. I can't wait for the Grammy. It's coming.
You and me both.
It's coming. All right. This is Thomas Kuster, and Thomas is going to tell you a little bit about his workshop next Saturday.
Thank you. Good morning.
Morning.
There are three things, if missing, can bring down the most powerful relationships, the most thriving families, the strongest friendships, and the deepest love. And those three things are trust, life energy, and compassion. If those three things are present, it can support and create unparalleled satisfaction and fulfillment in literally any relationship. Those three things are the language of community, love, and relationship. My name is Thomas Kuster. I'm a relationships coach. I'm the author of a program called The 7 Stages of Love, a workshop that we're going to put on Saturday here in this center. And I'm inviting you to participate. My partner and I will be outside, and we'd love to talk to you about it. And I'm sure there's other things I intended to say and can't remember one of them. But I'm really happy to be here, and thank you very much for listening.
Thank you. Actually, Thomas and his partner will be under the plasma screen in Fellowship Hall, and you can talk to them about their his workshop next Saturday. And now Anita is going to tell you about outreach.
Hi. I'm a member of your outreach program, and I'm so delighted to thank you once again for all of your generosity. All of our programs have been so successful, and I hope this one will be as well. Do you like to sing in the bathtub or the shower? How about when you're driving? You don't have to be a great singer, you just have to like it. What we're going to do is we're going to take a group to a convalescent home, and we're going to entertain them. And we're going to use simple songs, songs they might remember, like war songs, side by side, show tunes, simple songs that they could join in on. So we'd like to invite you to join us. It will be held on October 25th, which, by the way, is National Service Day. And we'll be doing that from 2:30 to 3:30 on a Saturday afternoon. We'll have a couple of rehearsals. The first one at my house to pick some songs, to get to know each other. The second one here at CSL to show our stuff. And then we'll have some fun. So I will be out in Fellowship Hall. And please, please, if you've never done anything else, this will be a fun event. Thank you.
Thank you, Anita. Show tunes. Oh. I'll be in Arizona mourning the fact that I'm not here. There was also an outreach meeting. There's an outreach meeting today, right? Yes, at 12:15. So you can actually find out more about the team in general if you'd like. And then tonight from 7 to 9, Denny Reddy will be hosting his Conversations with God group. And then quickly this week, we have Satsang on Wednesday night at 6:30. Come and join Dr. David in the silence. At 5:45 on Wednesday, he's doing his drop-in money group. So you just come and drop in money, and then you can go to the silence. Just make sure you're paying attention. It's his drop-in coaching group at 5:45, and the topic is money. Ken Rowell on Tuesday morning at 7 a.m. Ken is hosting the Better Business Breakfast. So you can learn how to incorporate spirituality into your business life and your work life, and breakfast is free, and that's from 7 to 8:30. On Thursday evening this week, Susan James, Dr. Susan James, right there, is starting her workshop entitled Strategies for Wholeness, and there's more information about that online. Thomas is next Saturday, you know what? We just need to grab a blanket or a pillow or something, pack a lunch, and just come. Just come to the center, because Thomas is doing his workshop next Saturday, as he mentioned to you. And then after the workshop from 2 to 5 in the afternoon, we're having our family fun and Halloween party. And here's the thing about youth and our youth wing. It's kind of interesting that we have our beautiful youth wing and all the classes for the kids, but it's an hour on Sunday, and it's for the kids, and then the parents come in here. But this is your opportunity to meet other families. It's your opportunity to actually come and network and find out who your toddler is playing with every Sunday, or what your fourth grader, other fourth grade families and that kind of stuff. So it's a beautiful opportunity for our families to come together, and there'll be craft and snacks and all of that, and maybe spooky music, who knows? Or maybe someone just standing there going dun dun dun. Okay, that's and that's why I'll be not there. It's next Saturday. Next Saturday at 2. Adults must be accompanied by a child. Seriously, you cannot just drop the kids and dash. It's not that kind of day. So bring the kids and stay with them. Thank you. And then next Saturday night, it's unbelievable. Next Saturday night from 7 to 9. Do you all know Mark Schwab? Have you met Mark, our bookstore manager? Yes. So Mark, what you may not know is Mark is a film student, a filmographer and a documentarian. And Mark has created a new documentary called The Ambassador of God. And before we wind up seeing at all the famous film festivals, he's giving a sneak preview next Saturday night from 7 to 9. And he'd love it if you could come out. There's no fee. He just wants you to come out, view the film, and then maybe like fill out a little card afterwards or do a little Q&A with him afterwards so he can get your input before, again, like these guys, before he's famous. So that's awesome. And then there's more. There's more coming up. Please take home a bulletin. I don't want to take too much of your time. Tomorrow, our staff offices are closed during the day. It's a holiday in Santa Clara County, so we're taking the holiday. But there are classes tomorrow night. You thought you were off the hook. I see Jacob. Hey, no school. No, there's class tomorrow night. So we'll see you then. And if there's something in your life for which you would like prayer, please take a seat in the chapel area, and a practitioner will be happy to pray with you after service. Thank you.
Brendan James and Craig and Eric have CDs on the other side of this window that are available for you to select and to take home with you, as well as I believe they have MP3 downloads on virtually every music exchange, including iTunes and other options, right? But they're not available. Well, they can be downloaded, but not from any site that most people in this room would know about. Would you all please stand and take the hand of the person on your right and on your left? I'm going to be appropriate about this. As is our custom, won't you please repeat after me? Something wonderful is happening as me right now.
Something wonderful is happening as me right now.
It's this thing called life.
It's this thing called life.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my mind.
Life is in my body.
Life is in my body.
Life is in my relationships.
Life is in my relationships.
Life is in my finances.
Life is in my finances.
Life is in all of my affairs.
Life is in all of my affairs.
I see it. I think it. I feel it. I believe it. I accept it. I express it. Just the way that it is. And just the way that it is not. Thank you, life. Now, before you leave, since we're a little bit earlier than normal, if you need to leave, please feel free to leave. But I've asked the boys if they would play a song that I really like, and I think it's almost inappropriate for church, but I love it. It's called Dirty Living. So if you want to hang around for that, hang around. Otherwise, have a great week, everyone.
I'm proud of me. What you proud of? For you stand for not the Lord above. Dirty living got you giving never enough. Now sister named Maria caught a bright early sun, listening with love like a tattoo on her arm. She couldn't find no separation between loving lies and love. Dirty living got her giving never enough now. Blame it on the doctor, you never do you please. Blame it on your mother, she never saw your needs. Looking up to heaven, I tell you, sinner, you've got to believe. Live like a fool, you get what's coming. She said one more second chance. She pleaded with Jesus, said, make my boy a man. Though he loved her, he abused her, stole her wallet, jewels, and used her. Dirty living got her paid for. Breaking hearts and souls the same. On the same, but it backfired with a lying and unwillingness to change. Lean on the doctor. Live like a fool, you get what's coming.